Well, whatever, at the risk of getting fucked mid-pull, if it's not 5, let's just pull. I mean, no reason to just idle for like 15 minutes praying to God it happens at some point.
Yeah.
One second, what I missed. I'm ready.
Well, I mean, if it's in B5, you know, my friend will just have to freeze behind my door.
Neil Yelby.
far.
Lower, lower.
You're welcome, Onyx.
We're good.
Slow, 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 slow. We kill it.
Potions.
Blue is defamation. Blue is defamation. Wait. Check. Blue is defamation. No one last time. Blue is defamation.
I want to hit. Self-intimidation.
Mother of Joseph. Wait for heals. Alright, threshold is fine, play it safe. And at the risk of sounding like an asshole, if your friend comes in the meanwhile, Rosu, just, you know, it is what it is.
I'm not full, I'm not full.
I got you, Corendon, don't worry.
Okay.
We're safe. What the fuck?
There was a massive tilt on the 2 monitor. Ah.
It was me because my game just froze and I thought I got a DC, but obviously not. Fun.
I'm assuming your friend must be inbound by now.
My doorbell hasn't rung yet, so
It's ever so close. Actually, was it? No, it was. Ah, ever so close.
What do you mean? The south one was so tilted.
Yeah, I was like practically inside the boss's hitbox, like in the little circle in the middle, and I still got tilted on. So that's like real bad.
I mean that was fucking diagonal over there.
But yeah, Reef was right. Can you like at least like text or whatever just to make sure, see if it's inbound? Because I mean, I know we say if it's P5 we all, but I really don't wanna fucking be doing a pull that's decent and then we fucking have to skedaddle. Just to make
I
sure.
know, Rifu. Part of why I go in the middle there is so that I won't get it too on my screen.
But so you were tilted as fuck, Fit, because of the apparent freeze that wasn't a freeze there yet.
No, I said that the
Yeah, but
monitor
it,
was tilted. But yeah, I fucking screamed because I thought we would wipe again because of DC, but I didn't DC.
Then what was the problem? Was it the third monitor then?
Yeah. It was tilted. That's it.
What do you mean third? Third was fine, right?
No, it was you, bro.
No.
Like you used some summoner bullshit and it tilted you, and you thought it was fine, and you just stood there, but it wasn't fine.
Hold on, since we're waiting anyway, might as well look at my.
Like when you what's the last ability you used there?
The
It's a
Phoenix.
summon or something, yeah. So every time you use an ability, you need to like press W or S.
Summon Phoenix doesn't
reposition.
tilt though.
It does. It's targeted.
Yeah. It's
Come on,
targeted.
it
I
was
mean,
like 5 seconds before the cast, like 3 seconds before the cast.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like you positioned properly, and then you used Phoenix or whatever, and that made you look to the middle of the arena, which is tilted, and then you just stood there like that. You didn't readjust.
My screen was perfect.
If you look at my stream, you see me look away because I'm just like, I don't know, I'm in my spot.
Yeah,
and then
what
I
I see.
die,
My-
and I just turn around slowly in disbelief. Like, what?
Yeah, I'm trying to find a good.
Nah, man, I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of cringe as fuck. Like, I have no idea how many pulls we've done so far on P3, because it's been so many. But like, bruh, how the fuck can we not line up those bitches now? By now, everyone, because I mean everyone must have been everything by now, except that they can be, because I mean they can be monitor free, but whatever. But
Fuck, I
like,
see, but it
fucking
wasn't
hell.
like that on my screen.
Well, I got doomed, so
I swear to God, it wasn't like that on my screen. It was.
I mean, there were two
perfectly-
tilts. There were two tilts.
No,
If
no,
there
no.
was
I
one
see mine now. I see mine now. Mine was
I mean-
perfectly in line with 3. Because every time I line, I'm looking to line it to not hit fit. I don't care about anything else. Just line it perfectly for fit.
I mean,
And
don't
that's
do
how
that.
it was
Like
on my screen. I see how it was on one screen. It was like, yeah, it was like.
do you have a
No.
screen recording?
No, but I mean, don't rely on my position. Just align
Yeah,
it
yeah,
with
but
the
still,
marker.
yeah. I mean, yeah, but
I mean, what Russo said, like monitor 2 wasn't perfect, but still
Yes,
manageable.
I know, but the thing
No,
is,
no, no, the
it's
third
not
one
a
was
matter of in this case the issue was Alex, but the point remains: how in the fuck can we not line them up? Like we've done this so many pulls. There's intercardinals that allow us to do a parallel line with them. Like we have indicators in the map that allow us to see if we're proper or not. We don't even need to like
Yeah,
giga
but
brain
on-
it and like
on
look
my
north.
my screen.
It's
looks
literally
perfect.
a line.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we
but on my
still wipe
screen
them.
was perfect. On
No,
my screen,
okay,
what?
Alex, I'm not saying otherwise. I'm just saying that it is not feasible that this keeps happening.
I mean,
Because we've
look
seen
at
it
it.
so many times.
Yeah,
Right?
I know,
Like
I know.
it's and it's lining it up with like I said, what bugs me the most is that this mechanic is solved by looking at the intercardinal where you're at. You just line it up. Like it's not as if we have to kinda see the angle, which would be complicated. It's literally lining it up with something.
Man,
And we
look,
have like 6 seconds to do it.
I stood there. If you watch the video, I stood there like that for like 3 seconds or 4 seconds. Wasn't like that on my screen.
It's less about you in particular, right?
Yeah,
now.
I know.
It's
I know,
about
I know.
everyone who cannot line the fucking monitors yet. Because like let's analyze this properly. Like we should be, or quote unquote should be, our goal right now is to get to P6 once viably so we can start progging it, because clearly damage isn't an issue, right? So as soon as we can do predations into the monitor strategy, right, we'll get to P6, no doubt. There's not a question or doubt anymore. And still we are wiping to the dumbest shit that should not be wipeable right now. When we wipe to the monitors, when we wipe to Sigma because either towers or fucking the initial pairs. Delta thankfully has been good, which is nice. Like when we wipe to P4 sometimes for people not going in. Like things like those, at the point we're at right now, should not even happen, conceivably. Like DCs, sure. I mean, no one controls a DC. I'm not gonna fucking bash anyone for DCing. But things like those that we've seen so many times, how do they keep happening? Because otherwise, I mean, we're gonna kill the fucking thing. That's not a question. But like, does everyone want to spend like 2 more weeks trying to kill it? Because we will see like what, 1 P6 a day. I've been keeping myself quiet because I was always scared. People might want to leave if I like go a bit aggressive. But like now, realistically speaking, if we do keep going at this pace, it's gonna take ages. And we clearly can do better because like we spent 1 hour after Sims today, we got to 3 P3s and we did a clean fucking P6. The only issue was mitigations, which is okay. First time we got there, it's hard to manage the stress and at that point. But now we're here, 1 hour, no, 2 hours and a half later, we have seen P5 like 4 times, we wiped to Sigma like 3 times to dumb shit, and the 1 time we do get to fucking, what's it called, Omega, we have 2 justifiable wipes, I guess, because 1 is because of the visibility, and 1 is a Dorito, which means that in this entire 3-hour session, we had like 26 minutes-ish that were effectively good for the prog. Everything else has been fuckery. And like I said, to me, this is fucking stupid because we clearly can do better. So what's stopping people? What's stopping people from lining up monitors right now? What's stopping people from knowing which tower they go to Sigma? Is it calls? Is it a change of strat? Do we need to apply something else like we did with Omega for it to work? Because if so, please go ahead and say. I don't think anyone here has a lot of fun and won't have a lot of fun if, say, tomorrow we go for those first 2 hours and a half and we don't see P6 a single time. Imagine that. And then, of course, after that, everyone's fucking giga tilted, I would assume, and we go into the 3 hours at night, and bruh, even worse, right? So I just want to actually get some feedback from everyone who can think of solutions to these problems, because I don't want to keep wiping there. Like, it is actually, I'm a patient guy, but even I'm getting mad at this, because it is so incomprehensible at this point. It's like seeing people, I don't know, in DSR, because everyone here has progged it, always wipe at breaths. Like, imagine that. You do everything right and you wipe at the last breaths. Like, bruh. So if someone has solutions, please go ahead. And if someone has issues or stuff going in their life that's maybe tampering with their play, please go ahead and mention that as well. Because otherwise, like I say, I cannot understand how we keep wiping to this shit. And I know I'm not the, and I know for a fact, if people here really want to kill, I can't be the only one who feels this way. Like, there's no shot. Like, I know mood, Ram, you're putting the mood down and shit, but like, this has to be discussed. Like, we're not gonna go into 1 pull per day that's actually good or top 3. Like, you don't do 3 good pulls. Like, yesterday we did like, what, 9 P5s in 3 hours? And we got to Omega like 4 times. What's the difference between yesterday and today? Guys, I'm not some fucking like old man that's gonna shoot you in the head. I'm probably younger than most of you here. Like, come on. Someone say something like, bruh. Not like, okay.
I'm still
I
looking
can
at
tell
the
you what's
thingy.
my issue, but I don't know what's the other people's issue.
I would
No,
rather
but-
know the issues than I would rather spend the next half an hour discussing the issues than and prog better tomorrow than tomorrow once again spending like 3 hours to see one P6 if that. Like honestly, I would value my time way more if we solve the things now than if we spend 3 hours tomorrow fucking like yoking and just like XDing all over this fight. Because we can do it. Like that's what bugs me even more is that we can do it. Like we can clearly do good proc sessions. And one day or another being bad, sure, fine by me. But like in 5 days, we've had one good prog day. And like, I mean, even with the most inconsistency possible between like rough days at work and shit, 4 out of 5 is fucking ridiculous, right? So by all means, go ahead.
I know the things that throw me off is basically just two things that can fuck me over, and that's if we have a really weird kill time where I make a mistake and I'm too busy trying to figure out how to fix my rotation and then I forget something, or just me getting disoriented and like I don't know what happens and then everything is twisted and then I forget where I am or where I know where I need to go in theory, but I just don't know where my camera is oriented and I'm not calm enough to fix it quickly enough to fix the issue. Those are the two things that trip me up. I don't think I make realistic mistakes in most other places.
Okay, that's something. And to that I say that two things. First of all, if you do have rotation mistakes, you can do your best to fix them, but they'll be present in the fight because this is an ultimate and we seldomly get breathing room, especially here where justifiably so the only breathing room we have to reset things properly is in between P4 to P5, if that. In some cases even P5 to P6. And you shouldn't worry that much with the damage because we've had cases where people have fucked up a lot and we still clear phases. The only thing that's tough sometimes is P1. That's all. If you fuck up a bit in other phases, it's manageable as long as not everyone fucks up. And regarding the confusion and being too stressed to or not relaxed enough, no one here is gonna kill anyone if you fuck up. You can go into this fight with a calm fucking mind and just focus one thing at a time, just like DSR, and just like any other ultimate. There are mechanics that are harder, but once you get used to them, it's all just remaining calm. So one fuck up won't be like the end all be all. You can be relaxed, and if you're having issues with focusing your camera or something, just make sure you have like a point at which you can reset it to, be it north, be it west, whatever. Like just you've already done every mechanic except for P6 mechanics plenty of times. So if anything trips you up, you have more than enough time to recover from tripping. That's
Yeah, it's like it's rarely an issue, but these are the only things that I think are an issue for me sometimes. And today I don't think I've made these kinds of mistakes like almost at all.
no,
But
you haven't.
other days I'm more tired or whatever, and then that's the sort of thing that trips me up. But I don't know.
All right,
Um,
now on to the next thing, which is a big contention point: the monitor situation with you, Russo. I understand that you might have issues with the angles, but at this point you must have seen those angles a bajillion times, and you can see the blue lines on the monitor.
Yeah, like I get that. I get how it works. I get how it's supposed to be. I've simmed it by myself and it works fine, but in game I just can't do it for whatever reason. Like I can get the angle perfectly straight. Like I don't know what it is. Like I'm genuinely
Could
at
be
a
auto
loss.
attacks. You could
It-
like go even further than max melee and then just rapidly press W while looking correctly.
You have done it right so many times. Like that's
but
today
it's like-
alone I saw you be monitored to and line up perfectly at least 5 times.
Yeah, but it's like it doesn't really help if I can't do it with like 100% success rate. My success rate is like anywhere between like 50 and 75.
Oh yeah, but then what's the difference between
Like
the
I
pulls where
have
you do it right and you
clue.
don't?
Like I genuinely don't know.
Okay, I'm not gonna hammer much on the point because it might actually be a personal issue with the mechanic, but still with that in count. What
Yes.
is there nothing that can be done to help you with that? Because I mean, I don't think anyone here wants to go into the mechanic
Like-
knowing that if you get monitored, 50% of the time we're gonna die, or someone's gonna get doomed, and then it's a fucking weakness. Like at this point, especially, like that should not be a like Rifu says. we should not be at the point where the mechanic is happening, and because we know you have monitor, we're like, shit, who's gonna get Doom? Like, nah, we should go into it knowing
Yeah,
like,
it's like
yeah, this
I-
is done.
No, like genuinely, I have no clue what to do at this point. Like I've tried everything I can. I try my best on it, but I still can't get it like 100% correct. I genuinely don't know.
I think Russo was stable those days. He
Yes,
had
it's
some
been very
problems.
stable.
Or when it's
In
worse,
fact, the
the
only pull where
pull-
you've tilted it a lot was this one. Like you, every pull you've done where you were monitor, you were
I
fine. This was the
extended-
only pull that had
I
an
Was
issue.
that
also
even a lot?
Yeah,
if
it
you
wasn't
look in
even a lot.
general, I think if you look in general, you can also see that I extended the line, and I think it barely still missed Rifu. At least that's what it looks like on my screen. Maybe it's wrong, but so
AFK timer rip.
You know,
yeah.
given the fact that you can be close to the intercardinal, can you not simply observe how your line is within the intercardinal?
Yeah,
As an
like,
example,
I
because that
tried
for sure
doing
is
that,
visible.
but-
Like, no matter how hard it might be, if you have your line near the intercardinal itself, I'm gonna hard doubt that you can't be like, shit,
like
this is
the-
crossing it.
No, like the problem is basically from like I guess like what I've understood of like myself, I guess, is that like if the angle is slightly wrong, I can fix it. Like in the time in the time I have left. I don't know why, but if I like get to my spot slightly wrong, I just end up like, I don't know, I just end up going like, yeah, fuck it, and pray. Because like I don't know why, but I can't fix it. If I try, I tilt it even more, and then it's just GG. But this is also like one of those cases. I'm one of those people who's like, I fuck up once, my entire life is ruined, you know?
It's fine.
No, the
It
thing is,
hasn't-
the
it
thing is,
honestly
I
hasn't
wouldn't be
been
bringing this up if you fucked up once. It's just, as you say, it is not very appealing to have a 50% success rate on a mechanic that wipes us, right? I mean, especially, I mean, if this was first mechanic in the raid, I would be like, okay, I mean, fuck it, we waste 30 seconds maybe if it goes wrong, but this is 10 minutes into the fight. And I mean, I can't really force you to do anything right, but I honestly don't feel very confident in getting an answer that is, I just don't know what else to do to make it right. Because the only things we could assist in that regard is being like, okay, based on our personal experience, we do this, that, and that, which is what we've been doing every time we wipe there and we bring it up. So at this point, I mean, solutions-wise, it's hard to come up with anything that hasn't been said. Like, between Emmy and Fit and Onyx and Dahlia and me, we've probably already given thousands of ways to do the mechanic or to coordinate with the mechanic. But one of them has to work, Russo, because like I said, something has to click. There is no human being on the planet that does not know how to do something one way or another. There has to be a way for you to know how to do the mechanic.
I have
Just
a
as there is for
question.
everyone else.
That's like, I know how to do it, and like I know what to do, but I still like somehow, I don't know what it is, but like if I don't get the angle perfectly on the first go, it's likely to get fucked. Like I can't fix the angle if I arrive to like my spot with the monitor being slightly tilted.
Can I ask a question?
I don't know how to do like the micro adjustments. I don't get the movement. I can't do it. So like if anyone can like show me or tell me how the fuck this shit works, please do. I have no idea.
Are you on legacy movements?
Yes. And if you're gonna tell me do the like
No.
like the
I have a-
strafing type of thing, I can't do that either. Like that doesn't work for me.
What do you mean the strafing thing? The left-right thing, or the one that locks you in place? Or
You already advised the same.
no. I have a different idea. Like,
Okay,
do you?
let's do like this. Let's put a pin on that because otherwise it's all we're gonna talk about, and we'll put a pin on that and then offer solutions afterwards. Further
Alright.
problems. We've heard from Emmy, we've heard from Russo, we've heard from Dahlia, and I agree with every problem being presented. What else? Alex, my dude, what's stopping you on those towers? From True
Something-
Northing properly. Would a
fart.
call for True North help there as an example?
No, he's brain faulted.
Okay, but brain fart happens once, not 3 times. Like once, it's a brain fart.
Yeah,
Twice,
but it happens
obvious.
today, but other things are good.